So I've recently gone full time in my creative practice, which sounds ideal, but how do I actually make a living doing that? Well, this is part 2 of a 4-part series breaking it all down. In part 1, which will hopefully pop up here somewhere, I detailed my top 5 tips for selling at makers markets, and this week we're talking about Patreon. Hey, I'm Darren and I run a small business called Flam, creating unique homewares from old unwanted drum kits, and this is Flam Tap, the place both here on YouTube and on Patreon where you'll see behind the scenes as I run this business. You'll get to know a little bit more about me as a person and hopefully pick up some of the tips and tricks that I've learned along the way hustling for almost a decade in the creative industries. It has been 1 year since I launched my Patreon and I am so happy that I took that leap, because it now means I can connect with my customers and my audience in whole new ways. It's been so heartwarming and reassuring to have found this beautiful group of people who want to support me and my work directly, and it feels so rewarding that I can now offer them bonus content, benefits and products in exchange for that support. But more on that later. First up, what is Patreon? Patreon is a membership platform that allows your customers, your followers, and your fans to support your work directly through monthly contributions. In exchange, they get exclusive content, behind-the-scenes access, and special rewards. By all accounts, being a Patreon creator is a slow burn, and in most cases, it can take years and years for you to get to a point where you're making any sort of stable income from it. So you might be thinking, if I've only been on this platform for 1 year and it's notoriously a slow burn, why am I making this video? Well, that is precisely why. Back before I launched the Flam Tap Patreon Club, I spent a lot of time on YouTube trying to pick up tips and tricks and hopefully gain insight from people who have been there and done it. But every video I found on there was from creators who had so many years under their belt and were making thousands a month on the platform. What I really wanted to see was a video from someone like me who had recently taken the leap, who was figuring it out, and who was willing to share their experience and their data as it happens, rather than retroactively trying to explain how their first year went 5 years ago, because so much can change in that time. Plus, seeing the success that some Patreon creators have, who might be 4 or 5 or 6 years down the line, can feel very abstract if you're just starting out. So I wanted to share exactly how I've done in my first year to provide a more accurate comparison and hopefully provide a bit more clarity. So if this sounds like something you're looking for, then this is the video for you. Thank you so much for clicking and joining me here. Now let's dive into the data. So I launched my Patreon on the 29th of April 2024, and in that year I've taken £399.09. I've had a total of 20 Patreon members across the year, and I've made just over 100 posts. My Instagram following across the same year has held pretty steady, from around 10,000 up to 11,500 at present. From everything I've seen online, the typical conversion rate from social media followers to Patreon members is about 0.1%, or 1 in every 1,000. So while 20 Patreon members across the year might not sound like a lot, it's actually almost double what the typical conversion rate would be, so I'm actually really happy with that. Patreon is a cancel anytime service, and members will come and go at all times. This can be dependent on what it is you're offering, what it is they were willing to subscribe to, or even just what they have going on in their own personal lives. It's important to remember that people cancelling their memberships isn't necessarily an indication that you're doing something wrong, and you should try and see it for the wonderful thing that it is, that some people stopped by and supported your work in the first place. Now let's talk Patreon benefits. As a Patreon creator, you can set different types of memberships. For example, some people might only offer one simple subscription, whereas others might offer different types of membership at different prices. I personally went for this second tiered membership approach because it offers a variety of ways that people can get involved, and it means I can offer better benefits and exclusives as you move through each tier. It's always a good idea to name your tiers something fun as opposed to tier 1, 2 and 3. So in my case, my tiers are FlamTap Club, FlamTap Plus and FlamTap VIP. So let's dive into the sort of things I've offered within these tiers in the first year. The FlamTap Club. You can join the FlamTap Club for as little as £2 per month, and in exchange you'll receive a drumstick keyring worth £5, early access to all new designs, a handwritten thank you note from me, work in progress updates, behind the scenes content and Patreon exclusives. I find the main incentive for people to sign up to this tier, aside from just wanting to support my work, is the early access to new designs benefit. My work is quite unique and it often sells out, so this allows people to get their hands on one of my pieces before it's widely available or sold out. FlamTap Plus. You can join the FlamTap Plus tier for £5 per month, and in exchange you will receive everything already mentioned, plus automatic entry into the Patreon only giveaway every 3 months. I found this is a pretty good incentive for people to join this tier, and in my opinion it's the best one to join if you're wanting to have a recurring contribution, because it means every 3 months you're going to have the opportunity to win one of my pieces. When I do Instagram giveaways, there can often be thousands of entries, whereas here on the Patreon giveaway there might only be 12 members within that tier, so your odds of winning something are significantly better. I also offer a 7-day free trial on this tier so that people can get a glimpse of what I have to offer on the platform, whilst also gaining entry into the giveaway. As of this video's release, the Patreon only giveaway is live and will be for the whole of May. Up for grabs is any one of my pieces at any monetary value. This could be a planter, a table, a pet bed, a light box, a kick pedal lamp, a clock, and much more. FlamTap VIP. The FlamTap VIP membership is my top end tier, which you can join for £10 per month. For this tier, I wanted to do something completely unique, so I commissioned local DJs and artists to make professionally curated unboxing playlists that my customers can stick on in the background as they unbox one of my pieces. These are each DJ's interpretation of the vibe that they want to create within the room as someone is receiving my work. I think this is particularly cool if someone is gifting one of my pieces, because the box will come with a QR code on top, which when scanned will take the recipient to our Spotify page that has all of the different curated playlists, and they can pick one and stick it on in the background as they then unbox the gift, which I think will create such a cool and exciting experience for your loved one when you're giving them their gift. As well as this unboxing experience, members of the FlamTap VIP tier will also get a free tote bag worth £12, automatic entry into the Patreon only giveaway every 3 months, a handwritten thank you note from me, early access to all of my new designs, work in progress updates, behind the scenes content, and Patreon only exclusives. I'm really happy with this tier, and I think particular gifting periods like Christmas are when this tier will really shine. Marketing your Patreon. It can be a bit icky trying to encourage people to join your Patreon at first, and it can be a bit of a balancing act trying to promote the membership options you have while not wanting to overwhelm your followers or appear like you're just constantly asking them for money. To combat this, I've designed each of my membership options in a way that they can be brought up in natural ways at different times. For example, with the FlamTap Club, whenever I make a new design, I will post it on Instagram and say something like, here are the new designs. I've only made 4 of them. They'll be available for general sale on my website next Wednesday, or they're available for early access to Patreon members this coming Friday. That way, if someone really wants it, they can sign up to the Patreon and get early access, or if any of them do sell at early access, I'll then have an opportunity to post over the weekend and say, listen guys, 2 of the 4 designs have gone already. Don't forget you can get early access through my Patreon. For the FlamTap Plus tier, every 3 months I get to post about the Patreon only giveaway, which is a nice reminder for old followers and a good introduction for new faces. On a number of occasions, I've actually gone through the list of Instagram giveaway entries from the past, and if any names stick out, I will then message them and just say, hey, listen, I've seen that you've entered a bunch of giveaways in the past. I just want you to know I see you and I appreciate you, and I'm sorry that you weren't able to win anything, but currently I have a Patreon only giveaway There's maybe only 12 people entering, so your odds are significantly better. And here's a free trial to say thank you for all the support over the years. And for the FlamTap VIP tier, anytime someone gets in touch asking to buy something for a gift, it gives me an opportunity to say I offer this really cool gifting experience over on my Patreon that can really help elevate your purchase. All of this allows me to talk about what I can offer on Patreon fairly regularly in quite a natural way. I've really enjoyed this first year on Patreon, and like I said, it's a slow burn. So having had 20 members and earned £400 over my first year is something I'm actually really happy with, and I can't wait to see what's to come for year 2. I'd like to say thank you so much to all of my Patreon members, old and new. The fact that you are supporting me and my work directly is really significant to me, so thank you very much. If you're thinking of setting up your own Patreon, I would love to hear from you down in the comments, or if you yourself have just reached your 1-year anniversary on the platform, I'd love to hear how you've been getting on. Please do come back next week for part 3 of this 4-part series detailing how I make a living as a full-time artist, where I'll be talking all about selling online. For now though, don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel, and I will see you next time. Thank you so much for watching this week's video. If you could like and subscribe, that would mean a lot, and I'd love to hear from you down in the comments too. You can shop my work at flamhomewares.com. You can follow me at flam_homewares on Instagram, and you can join my Patreon club at patreon.com/flamtap.